Verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 2. And he opened the long shaft or the pit, and this is the Megius Absurdus translation, what or well of the abyss, and there came smoke out of the long shaft and the of the abyss as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened from the smoke of the shaft of the abyss. This sounds like some horror movie, doesn't it? And so Darrell underscores this: out of the shaft, like a great uh, erupting volcano, will come smoke to cover the entire earth. This, and then he continues underscoring here, this is the smog of the most uh, vicious type. The literal interpretation of this verse is the correct and most satisfying one. Verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their forehead. Revelation chapter 9, verse 3 through 4. And the Megius Absurdus translation is, and out of the smoke came forth locusts unto the earth, and power was given to them, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was said to them in order that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, nor any green thing, nor any tree, but only except the men who did not have the seal of God on their forehead. To me, this beggars description. Darrell has this underscored. John uses symbolic language which describes creatures so frightful that this is the only way he could speak of them. These are locusts, but they are the very unusual creature. As Gobet remarks, the apocalypse expounded by Scripture, perfect page 185 and 186. Darrell has this underscored. They are no common locusts, and he gives the following reasons. Number one, and Darrell has this underscored, for they eat no vegetable products. And number two, the locusts of the earth have no king. Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 27. These have. Number three, in the plague of Egypt, the inspired record had said, before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. Exodus chapter 10 and verse 14. Number four, yet, and Darrell has this underscored, they are literal creatures resembling the literal animal named the lion, the horse, the scorpion, and the man. This is a plague of locusts, which is as literal as the plague of locusts in Egypt. Joel prophesied of the coming plague of locusts. See Joel 1. Again, a working knowledge of the Old Testament is essential to the understanding of Revelations. The difference between the locust here and the locust in Joel is the character of the locust of the and the object of their destruction. Darrell has this underscored. They sting as scorpions, and their objects are evil men. Revelations chapter 5 and verse 9 says, "And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he strikes a man." Revelations chapter 9 and verse 5. And then the McGee's Absurdus translation, "And it was given to them in order that they should not kill them, but in order that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of scorpions when it strikes a man." Now, recently I discovered, now I said that God would not let them die so that they could continue in their torment. There is another theory. Some people believe that, man is becoming post-humanist. In other words, they're becoming like Darth Vader. They'll become more machine than man. And so, as they do become more machine than man, then they will not be able to uh, 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 die thereby. And so then we have here, Daryl has this underscored, but then they probably wouldn't feel it. I'm trying to think how they would feel the pain of the sting. I'm sure they'd have pain receptors. They would have probably a brain or they might have some living uh, portions of them, their lungs and their heart and things that would, uh, those things would might be machines and not uh, their physical bodies that they would feel pain. The so that was a little bit more out there. I still like that God is going to keep them alive so that they can feel his wrath even longer. The Daryl has underscored the scorpion is shaped like a lobster and lives in damp places. He continues underscoring here, his sting is in his tail. Though it is not fatal, it is very painful indeed. This is the picture that we have here. These were mentioned by Joshua, when he spoke of the hornet. "And I sent the hornet before you, which drave them out from before you." Joshua chapter 24 and verse 12. Therefore, you can see that believers were living during the Great Tribulation period, who will be acquainted with the Old Testament, will uh, will understand what John is talking about regarding these scorpions. Verse 6, "And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them." Revelation chapter 9 and verse 6. The McGee's Absurdus translation is, "And in those days shall the men seek death, and shall not find it, and they shall earnestly desire to die, and death uh, fleeth from them." Daryl has this underscored. Satan is given the key to this shaft, which eventually is what is called Sheol in the Old Testament and hell or Hades in the New Testament. The shaft leads to the abyss where the spirits of the dead of the ages past have gone. This is where the Lord angel went to announce the redemption that he had wrought on the cross. And Daryl has this underscored. Satan does not want his crowd to die, and it is only his crowd that are attacked by these beasts. Daryl continues underscoring here. Men during this period try to commit suicide and are unable to do it. This reveals something of the awfulness of this day. Satan wants them here because there is a battle between light and darkness that is being waged. There are others who think that maybe it is God who will not let them die because sinful man must face the consequences of his rebellion. There is no escape. So I got ahead of myself, didn't I? It is not a laughing matter to reject Jesus Christ. It is not a simple thing to ignore him. People say there are so many important things in this life, and I am willing to grant that many things take second, third, and fourth place. But the most important thing is our decision concerning Jesus Christ. And that concludes